everybody, my name is Nia. I'm the Vixen of Fiction here on YouTube and on Twitch. And today, really quick, I'm going to go through my first half of the year wrap up. Technically, it's going to be from January to May, since June is just starting at the time that I'm recording this video, so I don't want to say that I've read books unless I've definitely read them. But I will, at the end of June, do another wrap up to let you know if I read all the books that I plan on reading in June. But by the time I'm posting this video, it'll probably be halfway through June, so I will know. You guys will have to wait and see. We're going to start with, in January, I started with reading The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. I reread The Wheel of Time back in November, so I'm going to continue rereading the series one book at a time. I don't know when I'm going to get to the next one because I have quite a few books on my TBR list, but I had a really good time rereading The Great Hunt. I read Octavia Butler's books for the first time. I read Dawn, then Adulthood Rights, and Imago, which I don't know how I have not read these before. They are so fantastic. And she has the trilogy is comprised in this one book, Lilith Brood, so you can read them all individually or you can buy the one book. I love adaptations, and Bridgerton came out. So after watching Bridgerton, I was really curious. I don't usually read very much romance. I read The Duke and I read The Viscount Who Loved Me, I read An Offer from a Gentleman, and I read Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, and I enjoyed them all. I've got to say that Romancing Mr. Bridgerton was probably my least favorite. The Duke and I was not even my favorite. My favorites were The Viscount Who Loved Me and An Offer from a Gentleman. I thought that they were really good, and surprise, surprise, now I think I'm kind of digging some romance. After that, I had Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Vengeance and Virtue. They came in, so I went ahead and read them right away, and now I have to wait for the third book. Hopefully that will be coming out by the end of the year because I hate waiting between books. I should have waited, but I couldn't wait. The books came and I just had to read them. And then after that, I was back on my romance kick. So I read The Belgrave Legacy, which is a paranormal romance by Zara Hoffman. And I also read The Wedding Wager by Regina Duke. Love them both. With The Belgrave Legacy, I plan on reading the other two books in the series in June and July, so I'll let you know how that went. I read Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom because Shadow and Bone was coming out, and like I said, I love an adaptation. I had to go back and reread the books, especially when I heard that the crows were actually going to be in Shadow and Bones. I was like, oh yeah, I was totally feeling it. So I reread Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and then after that I was about to get The Rule of Wolves. I had it on pre-order, so I started reading King of Scars. Loved it a lot. It's right there behind Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom for me because it focused on some of the characters that I was more curious about. I had to wait a few days before I could read Rule of Wolves, but read it, loved it, can't wait to read it again. That is what I read from January through May. In May, I read half of Nefertiti, which is a reread. Didn't get all the way through it. I was just so busy. And I read through most of Anatomy of Prose, not the whole thing. I need to start over and reread that for June. So both of those are on my June TBR. I want to finish the reread of Nefertiti and go through Anatomy of Prose again because it is a craft book and I want to make sure that I have that down. Also in June, I plan on reading The Diviners and the Farseer trilogy, starting with Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, and The Diviners is by Libba Bray. So I'm really looking forward to those. I've heard good things, particularly about The Diviners, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. I've got some other things that I want to put on my TBR, but that's 4 books right there, and so I don't want to push it just yet because I still am incredibly busy. Hopefully things will slow down a bit and I can get some more books read. But I will let you know at the end of June how it went. Thanks for watching this video. Remember, if you want to catch me, I do live streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We do reading, writing, crafting, anything productivity. So please come back and join me sometime. I'd love to meet you. Thanks for watching, and remember, be creative.